Hey everybody, how you doing? Gil back with Elite Auto Body. This is plastic bumper repair part two. What we've got here is a rear bumper that is cracked. It's a pretty nice car. It's got some cracks in it. Cracked all the way up to where the sensor goes. You know what I mean? Also, when it was hit, the sensor, we had to add a piece of plastic to that. We did that prior to getting on here. It's not perfect, but when we put it in there and paint it, you know what I mean, it'll be fine. It's not perfect, it's a used car. What we're gonna do this job with is the old school way. We're gonna use just a soldering iron. I folded the tip over and made it like a foot. While you're doing this job, you always have to have your pair of pliers, because for some reason these little cheap ones, I used to have a good one until my shop burnt down, but I tighten those up like that right there. Just give them a little tighten. I think what it does is just moves the metal there, tap it around a little bit, and it'll instantly start getting hot. I mean, it's a hot man pajama, so yeah, I'm not gonna touch it. So what you do is you get on there where the crack is. I already kind of put it back in place. We're gonna start here and we're gonna weld deep into it, get that thing deep in there, like a V notch, and then kind of slide it out, put that in there, put the plastic back in. So we're gonna get this repaired, and then I'm gonna wipe it, and then I'm gonna do that as part one. So what you do is you go deep on this thing, real deep. By the way, we got Nathan recording. He's my boy. He's learning this stuff. I've done this for literally since I was 16, and I'm 44, I turned 45. It's a great job. I've always been my own boss. I did have a job working for somebody. I didn't really like working for nobody. I ended up going on my own about 15 years ago. And that's been the way it's been. I literally got so good and fast at fixing cars, I can fix 3-4 cars every day. I'm teaching him. He wants to be like me and fix a bunch of cars. There's a lot of people that don't like our work, like bigger body shops, because we save parts for people, or they'll write an estimate, and you know what I mean, we'll do it a little cheaper, save people deductibles for them. But you see how I'm welding that in there? It's every now and then you go, ooh, it's hot. Yeah, but yeah, just weld that in there. It doesn't take as long as you think. And this is a good repair. Like, it's a good one, you know what I mean? It's gonna be solid. You gotta weld all the way around. This has got a crack all the way around that right there. Just weld into it, meld it together, put the plastic back in. Believe it or not, if you do like I'm saying here, it'll smear the plastic back in. It creates a new strength. Then after you're done, you sand it lightly and go ahead and get your, I wipe it once with fiberglass and then once with Bondo. And believe it or not, these take their shape right back. They're not so bad. I mean, you could order a bumper and wait 3 days to get it, or you can fix this in 20 minutes. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. And the repair is good. You got to go deep though, and you got to make sure you wipe it in with Duraglass, because these things out in the sun will, and you got to make sure there's no, when you're sanding it, you got to make sure there's no hard edge, because hard edges will shrink back and look like hell. It's right in there. The soldering iron is not starting not to get so hot, so I got to do what I told you before. I got to, ooh. This video is probably funner to watch me burn myself than it is fix the bumper. I need these pliers real quick. Just tighten them up again. Give it a little connection. Every now and then squeeze that together. Now we're gonna put this up where it goes. Give it a little tack. Moving right along, look at that, just stitching together. Now these guys got those nice tools too that has a little piece of metal you weld into it, but I mean, oh man, we did something bad there. it's got a, that thing's, there you go, hold on. That thing's not wanting to cooperate. Okay, we'll start right here. Give it a couple tacks right here. There you go. Get that plastic back in it. It gets strong as you go because it, you know, it starts to create the whole line. But you gotta go deep onto it. I'm gonna hold that there for a second, let it cool, and then I can move this around over here where I want it. Unfortunately, there's like an outie right there, so I'm gonna have to grab a heat gun. Okay, that's locked. I'm gonna grab a heat gun real quick. How much time are we on the screen already, Nate?
6:40.
Alright, I'm gonna try to get 12 minutes in that thing, plastic welded up, and then we'll do it. We'll upload that one, and then we'll show them the bodywork part of it. But this here, show them that out dent right there, you know what I mean? Like right here, see it's an out dent, and that's why it's not fitting right. And I didn't see that before I got into it. But all you gotta do is this heat gun gets real hot, that plastic's got memory, so we'll get it a little warm. We'll reshape that. It's not a big deal. This here's all good. Good and solid. And then you gotta think you're gonna wipe glass over top of it too. So that's starting to get warm there. Let's see if I can reach in here and grab this fucker like this. And plastic's all got memory. I mean, if this dent was, I mean, if it was just a dent, we could heat this up with a heat gun and push it right out. It's literally amazing. Kind of get that up in there. It'll fit. It's like a puzzle. You just got to get it back where it goes. And sometimes that's what you got to do. Hold it right there. Actually, I'm going to tighten this up again. It's not being cooperative. Probably because I'm trying to advertise or show. Oh, and plug it in probably help. You gotta make sure you get it deep in it. I mean, if you're just doing the surface, it's gonna crack right back. See how deep I'm going there? And I'll smear that plastic right up in there. Deep. That way it cuts through and the bumper will start sitting where it goes as well. And watch that plastic if it drips on you, because that is hot. I try to smear it back in there. You gotta hold it where it goes for a minute, but once you get so far along, that'll start sticking. Get that good and thick like that, I'm telling you, that's back to good. My way works. The stitch thing works good. I mean, that's a nice way to fix them too. I just do this. Takes me no time. I get 15 minutes into fixing it, 10 minutes worth of body work if you're good at it. And when it's done, Now I can let go, it's solid. We gotta weld the whole crack though. You can also use like a torpedo heater and heat up a screwdriver real hot. Big flathead and move a lot faster, but this seems to be easier than burning up in the summertime. I fix a lot of bumpers. I won't even paint this whole bumper, I'll just do a spot in on it. I'll be done with it in an hour and a half. How much time you at now, Nate?
10:50.
10:50. We're gonna go to about 12 minutes and then I don't want it to be too long. Trying to speed it up. We can go 13 minutes, I guess. 13 minutes ain't too long. Once I figure out how to do that stuff, I can speed the video up and do a long one, just upload it like that. I'm new, but I think I got a lot to teach everybody. It's like stitches. At the end of it, you want to go wide there, because that's where the crack ends. Just go ahead and fill it in wide. Then all we got to do is get this thing loaded up and push it in there and get it started there. Tack it here once. Sometimes it's hard to get started. And once you do it, it starts doing its thing. Get her deep in there. I had a guy that worked for me and he said, "Oh, I'm trained in plastic." Well, I love those guys that say they're certified. Don't everybody? I'm certified. I got paperwork. He's like, "Yeah, so you took a test? Now show me what you can do." And they go to do this and you start wiping Bondo on it and it just cracks right back out. And you're like, oh man, what in the world have we done? Now this thing's starting to... Let me do this again. Couple minutes here. We'll just go 15 minutes, maybe it'll be all right. It's a good repair and people can see how the whole repair looks. And then we'll do part 2. I know it's long, but if you guys see the whole deal, I mean, I know I watch those on there and people fast forward and all that, but nah, I'd rather just show the whole repair. It's not that big a deal. It's 15 minutes and you see what it's supposed to look like. We're almost done. Got a little bit left. Looking good. All right, a little bit more. Takes a minute to get it land, but you gotta go back and make sure you get it all good. When I first started there, it wasn't doing what it needed. It's a little time consuming, but like I said, 15, 20 minutes. Done. And you can get better soldering irons. This is just one I had around the shop. My other one burned up. It had a bigger foot to it and I had to move right along. But this still gives you the idea. Smear that in there. Get it all back in there. Good and hot. See how it moves where you want it? Kind of got to heat there. That's why it's so hard to get started when you first start, because you got to get it all hot. But then it starts working. Start kind of sticks to your tip. Where you at now? Time was, ain't it?
17.
17 minutes. All right, good enough.
10 seconds on 17.
Somebody's fixed this before. That's all bonded right there. So it's been fixed twice. So we don't. This is where our weld stops. I'll grind the rest of that out. You gotta go deep or it ain't gonna work for you. It's not gonna hold. And that's it. All right, so there's our repair. The rest of it's bonded. It's been fixed before, but the actual crack's good. I'm Gil. Thanks for watching, and give me some likes, and I'll get you a part 2 bumper repair, start to finish on the body work and paint, and I'll show you how to melt it. Thank you, and have a good day.